Hey everyone, and welcome to Night at the Improv. Night at the Improv shows every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the show where you direct my design, and after spinning, our word for tonight is Mermaid, given to us by Conjure Up Nails. Thank you so much, Conjure Up Nails, for giving us our word, Mermaid. If you would like to direct me to do a design, leave a comment below your word and I'll add it to the spinner. And who knows, maybe next episode, your word will be chosen. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. After spinning, we have to use one color background, and I'm using this Gelish gel polish. It's called A Mint of Spring. It's one of my favorite shades of green. I've used a similar shade for one of my wedding colors, and I love using this polish for a number of under the sea mermaid designs that I've done in the past. So I'm just going to do 2 coats of this. I'm only going to show one just for time purposes. But look how pretty this shade is. And I think it's going to go great with design. And I'm so glad that I only have to use one background color for tonight. Because I'm so used to using certain colors for this kind of theme that just shaking it up might just give me a conniption or something. So after spinning the wheel, our first decoration for tonight is going to be powders. So I'm going to take this Born Pretty iridescent powder and I'm just going to rub this on the entire nail. I'm not too sure what's going to happen with this. I have so many ideas and I have a few ideas that I definitely want to incorporate in tonight's design. So I'm just going to put this iridescent powder onto one nail and see what the other decorations will be for tonight. I think safe to say, as I'm going about this Night at the Improv Manicure Roulette kind of thing, I'm actually going per nail now. I think in the first videos I just tried to make it, like I tried to live dangerously by like just doing what I wanted to do based on the word and then letting the wheel like really change up my design. But I think it's easier if I just go by nail because we have 3 decorations we have to fulfill. And I can at least know that I can apply them on each nail. If it ends up becoming some crazy decoration, that's going to mess up my original thought. So for this next part here, I wanted to do a mermaid tail. I've done a mermaid tail in the past, and I don't think it's as good as my regular work is. I mean, if you can find that short, it's one of my first posts when I started this channel. And it looks alright, but it's not the greatest. So I'm going to go back in here tonight with some building gel. It's a non-stick hand gel, and I'm just going to use it to create each individual scale. So as you can imagine, this first row I'm going to do in real time, and then I'm just going to time lapse the rest, so we're not sitting here watching me put each scale one at a time. But I really love this technique because it's going to give it so much more detail and uniqueness to it. And I'm hoping that in the end of it, it's going to look like a really cool mermaid tail. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking this builder gel and I'm using my orange stick and making an indentation to kind of give it this scale looking teardrop shape to it. And I'm curing each row at a time. So again, it is time consuming, but this is going to turn out really great, I promise you. And after we're done laying out all the scales on this mermaid tail, I'm going to add some iridescent powders again to fulfill, once again, the first decoration requirement. And then I'm going to create some fins to give it that added mermaid look. Now I'm going to leave a link in the description box below for this Mish building gel. This is definitely a lifesaver. It's non-toxic, so you can manipulate it with your fingers. I find it easier using my cuticle pusher because the heat from your fingers will heat it up and will end up making it more sticky than it normally is. But in the past I've used hard gel to create the fins, which is great because it's so super clear. The only thing is that you know, I find my hard gel very precious and I don't like to waste product. Not that it's a waste, but I'd rather use this affordable Mish or Miz, I can't pronounce it, building gel than use my expensive hard gel to make these fins. So I'm just mixing some iridescent glitters. I picked one that has like a purple hue to it, and I'm mixing it into this stuff, and I think it's turning out super glittery, super pretty. Once this stuff is all put together, you're just gonna see that it's gonna look great. I'm really excited about this. Next, I'm going to take this Beetles Rhinestone glue to attach the fins onto the nail. Now in the past, again, I used hard gel to attach, or some gummy jelly and shiny, and that's fine, but I'm finding this Beetles Rhinestone glue to be like the best thing. It's easy to use coming from a tube because I can just squeeze the product out as much as I need. And so I'm going to take my Gelish gooseneck lamp, and I'm going to attach this piece here, and it's a touch lamp, so I'm just going to tap it with my hand and it's going to turn on, as you can see, and this is going to cure so instantly. So this is a pricey lamp. I mean, I love my Gelish products. It is on the pricier side, but the quality is, you can expect it to be of great quality. So this gooseneck lamp is to die for. I'm so glad that I was able to get this. I talk about it all the time, but I think I got it into a nice sweet spot to where you can actually see it. Or at least part of it, because it's not super long, but it's a pretty long gooseneck lamp. The base is heavy, so not like heavy, but heavy enough to where it's not going to tip over. So I do recommend that maybe you look into it, and if you can spill some coins, definitely try getting it. So I'm going to take some, I have Lofuanna top coat, and I'm just going to spread this all over the nail just to give it that extra shine. Now our second decoration for the night is going to be charms. So I really wanted to use my stamping plates. So before we get to the second decoration, I want to lay the backdrop for this. I kind of actually had this idea already when we got the word, but I didn't, the stamping stuff actually just came to mind before I started this nail. But what I'm going to do is, I have some Born Pretty stamping polish. I've got this green color, and I'm just going to kind of make this look like seaweed. I want to do like an ocean nail. So I'm gonna put this all over, up and down the nail, and I'm just gonna have to do this. I think I did this like 3 times, and I just lined up the seaweeds. This is a Born Pretty stamping plate. I love their stamping plates and polishes. I actually feel, and I could be wrong, but maybe pay attention to it if you guys have Born Pretty stamping plates at home, that I feel like the image repeats itself. So if you intend on connecting some of these images in case of a long nail, I think they made it that way. But I could be wrong, you know, this is a lot of wavy lines, so maybe it just happened to be that way. But yeah. So if you are not aware, I am an affiliate of Born Pretty. So in the description box below, I'm going to leave you a link to my discount code and leave the actual discount code as well. So definitely consider using it. It'll help me support my family and get videos out to you. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. And now I'm going to take my handy dandy silicone mat, and I'm using Born Pretty Holographic Glitter. And I'm going to be putting this inside the grooves. I really liked how my product demo went in one of my lives, doing an unboxing of this silicone mat set. So I thought I can use this to create more waves onto this nail to give it more of an ocean look. So we're going to test that out. I'm not too sure how it's going to turn out, but I'm hoping that it comes out the way that I wanted it to, or at least close enough. So it comes with this mis-shearing. It's this clear, it's similar to the Builder non-stick gel that I used to make the tail. So this is again another non-stick or non-toxic product, but I found that handling this with your fingers is definitely not the way to go. Unlike the other builder gel we used, it's better to use your cuticle pusher because it, for some reason, doesn't stick so much to the cuticle pusher. But I'm putting on a thin layer. I think in the product review or product demo, I did a thicker layer, and it kind of looked a little too much, and it took forever to cure. So as you see here with those green seaweed lines underneath, on top of what we have here is this wavy, oceany, holographic look. I think it looks really cool and magical. So after that is fully cured, I'm going to use these starfish as my charms. I'm going to apply a very thin layer of this Lofuanna top coat, and I'm going to put some Beetles rhinestone glue on top of this where I'm going to be placing the starfish. And this is going to come out super pretty. I mean, the camera isn't giving it any justice, but in person, you can see so much that would go on like in a current of an ocean, like seawater or whatever. My explanations aren't that great. But because we have that green seaweed underneath and then these blue waves going up across it, it looks so cool, you know. And just adding these starfish is just really cute. So before I cure all this, I just want to make sure that I get all these starfish. I'm going to have it go up in size. I have small, medium, and I'm going to put a larger one after that. And after I cure this, I'm not done. I'm going to be adding some bling to this. So I'll let this play out. So after I've cured that, I'm going to take some more of this Beetles Rhinestone glue and put little dollops in the center of the starfish. And I'm going to put another dollop of the Lofuanna top coat. And after that, I'm going to be placing rhinestones right in the middle and curing that all in. So after spinning for our third and final decoration that we have to use in this design, I am getting, I don't know what shape this is, of a French tip sticker. But I right away saw like the rim of the mermaid tail, so I was like, okay, let's just use this. So again, I'm coming in with some Born Pretty iridescent powder just to go along with the rest of the set. I know that during these improv videos, it's so easy to pull away nail by nail so that, you know, they might not end up looking cohesive in a set. But I'm always trying to find ways to make sure that these three nails will always work together. So I originally wanted to use this stamping plate for the mermaid that is in the middle of the plate. So I'm just gonna improvise, as this video series tends to do, and I'm just gonna put this pattern of mermaid scales onto that French tip sectioned area, just to kind of mimic the other nail that we did, but not going fully crazy. I like this color in the Born stamping polish, because the Born Pretty stamping polish, because it has an iridescent sheen to it, kind of, or a metallic sheen. So it kind of works with all the shimmer that's going on to this set. But again, so this is only a certain size, and I'm just going to have to fill in the gaps by applying another stamp onto this. And as you see here, like, there's that little gap that I got. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, stamps, I feel, shouldn't be perfect, because it's so hard to get a stamp super perfect all the time. So I just line up whatever's left over onto the stamp and try to cover up the mistakes or the gaps. And again, I'm just gonna do this and finish up this part of the French tip. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. So now I get to use this image of a mermaid that I wanted to use. I've used this plate a number of times before, but I think I've only used this image one other time. I'm not into like these kind of images. I like patterns over like this is an actual mermaid, because I just feel like it's too arbitrary and it's hard to like fit into a design. But I really like that it's obviously a mermaid. So now that I have the setup frame for it with the French tip, I can make this kind of like an iconic nail. So I'm going to take some rhinestone glue and some Lofuanna top coat, and I'm putting the glue where I'm going to be putting on some bling, and then top coat on the entire nail to seal in all that stamping, because that stamping polish is not gel. So I'm going to be using this iridescent crystals, as well as I've got some flat back pearls, and I'm going to be using these tiny micro silver caviar beads. And I don't really have a formation yet. I thought I would go organic and just use, you know, not a pattern and just stick anything on there, but then I ended up going to do some symmetry work. So I'm just lining up these same size rhinestones along the edge of the mermaid tail and adorning it with the pearls and the caviar beads. And I think this ended up turning out really cute. So here is the end result. Our word for tonight is mermaid, given to us by Conjure Up Nails. Thank you so much again, Conjure Up Nails, for providing our word for tonight, mermaid. Here's our mermaid nail. And our mermaid tail. And look at all that detail. It's crazy. A lot of work, but it just looks so unique. I love it. And then last but not least, we have our sea, ocean, I don't know, starfish design. I love how the lines just integrate with each other, and that hollow glitter, adding some sparkle to that, not to mention the bling. Well, thank you so much for joining me at Night at the Improv every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And join me again. We have Longish and every other weekend. We have Goody Two Shoes. We have a tribute nail video, as well as PR unboxing videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.